Okay, I'm looking for the ducklings because I don't see them in the duck yard today. They are pretty camouflaged when they're there. We definitely have at least one girl among the new ducklings. There's a couple of goslings right there with their daddy. So I'm hoping to find the babies out here on the pond. There they are! Look at those babies growing up so fast. So interestingly, the girl, it's so bright out here, I hope I'm on them. The girl is Tex there with the yellow beak. And then Tater, one of the others with the darker beak, I think might be a girl. And again, it's still kind of early. It might be different in a couple of weeks, but look at that. Look at the babies out on the pond. This is their first day on the pond. Yeah, look at those babies. Being little ducks now. Okay, so that's good to know. And look how big they are. They're almost as big as the adult ducks, so that makes me a little more comfortable with them being farther away from the pen and the yard. Okay, not a whole lot of time for enjoying this though, because I literally have a house full of dogs. The puppies are recovering from their spay and neuter surgeries on Tuesday. Let me turn this around. I haven't checked myself in the mirror, and I don't know for sure if I'm in the camera. And it's so muddy. It's so ridiculous out here. It was sprinkling off and on all morning after we had flooding rains at least 2 times in the last week. I think it's actually been 3 times. I'd have to go back and look at my community tab. Okay, I can't have it turned around on me right now because of the very slippery, potentially dangerous ground I have to traverse to get back to the backyard. But I'll show you the house full of dogs we have. So Maverick is a first-time boarder who was just dropped off early this morning. So we've got Kane and his aunt Sadie, little bitty Sadie there. Then we've got Gucci, our regular boarder girl, Bear, Serena, Boone, and here's Maverick. No, we're not coming through here. I'm gonna pause it and I'll be back in a minute so I can get through the gate without anyone getting through. Okay, I made it through the gate. Stop. Boys? No, he doesn't play. He can't run around very good. Go. And we'll take a look at Banyan and Rowan. Rowan's got one ear that's really working to stand up. So for now, it's just doing that wonky, tilted in toward the center of her head thing. Oh my goodness. Just, you know what? Mud and all these dogs, it's just not a good mix. I can't keep the house as clean and neat as I used to anyway, but yeah, there's wonky ears. Oh. So her left ear is really trying to stand up. She's doing good. They're in the cones because I do catch them licking every now and then. Okay, he's just gonna chill. Hey, Banyan. Banyan's ears have stood up since he came to us. Okay, so again, oh, I don't want the flash on. I wish I could turn this to selfie mode without having to stop the camera, but again, a full house, a busy day. I feel like I'm getting very little done lately. Very little done. I really wanted to blog more. I wanted to make more videos, but I'm doing good to get a shower like every 3 or 4 days because I don't have any time, and I don't have places to secure everyone enough to feel okay about not having eyes on things for even 10 minutes. That's how busy I am. And Richard thinks he's helping. He comes home in the evenings and sometimes sits out here on the back porch with everyone for a little while. But that doesn't help me in the, the previous 24 hours when I needed to cook something or, again, use the bathroom. And so all of these guys, they follow me into the bathroom, and it's not a very big bathroom. So it's not much of an escape for me even to do that. So we're going to consider today's video like a vlog, just to update you guys. I still have one goose sitting on a nest of eggs in the pen, but she's been sitting for a while, and I candled a couple of days ago. I see one that looks like it might be developing a gosling, but the other eggs, nothing's happening. One egg I had to discard because it had gone bad. So I'm not sure now which goose that is, but I don't think the eggs are fertilized. So I know it's going to break her heart. We had another goose who was sitting just on the other side of the little picket fence there, where I think I've shared with you before that a couple of times, it's probably that same goose, has tried to build a nest. Well, we had storms coming in, so I couldn't let her stay out. I let her stay out overnight one night because she absolutely refused to get up. But just these storms every day or every other day, I'm not going to leave her out in that. And if I make her go in and her eggs stay out, then I'm worried the bloom will wash away and the eggs will go bad. But she was very upset with me when I made her go in 2 nights ago. She went into the pen last night. 2 nights ago, before the storms hit, I made her go in and I picked up her eggs. She only had 3 eggs in the nest. And I put them into the pen. I let her see where I placed them. And they're not there anymore. So I do think maybe she moved them into maybe that nest that's off and on being tended to inside the coop that's attached to the pen. But I don't know if we're going to get more goslings or not. And this is what has happened in, a couple of years, that we have nests off and on. We go through several clutches of goose eggs with mamas that are halfway committed to incubating. And then we get nothing. So I'm still thrilled with the 9 goslings that have hatched this year. Again, 6 of them went to live with my friend Jocelyn at Hobbs Dirt Ranch out near Kaufman. And the other 3 are doing just beautifully here. They're as big as the adults already. And they are maybe about 8 weeks old right now. So still getting feathers. Little Perrin's angel wing was completely resolved after that, 36 or 40 hours or whatever of being wrapped and lowering their protein. I still feed them at night, which, is a treat for their mom and dad because their mom and dad stay in their little section of the pen with them, so they get to eat at night too. But until they're about 12 weeks old, I'm still going to offer them food a little more often because the adults still kind of shoo them away when they're out just eating with everyone. Same thing with the ducklings. So the ducklings are, I guess, about 4 weeks old today, maybe 5 weeks old today and tomorrow. And I feed them. So they get fed, obviously, when everyone gets fed outside the pen. But then I also give them a big bowl of food for overnight because they just need the more consistent source of calories and nutrition while they're developing and growing all their little bones and things. But I'm pleased that right now it's calm enough to film a vlog. And I'm pleased that the little ducklings finally got brave enough to follow the flock out to the pond, because that gate's been open every day for them for probably the last 2 weeks for sure. For a while, I was just keeping them in their little sectioned off area of the pen. And then a couple weeks ago, I started letting them out with everybody during the day. And even when that gate was open, they would just stay in little camouflaged places in the yard, which is fine. I wasn't going to push. I knew the day would come that they would finally realize, okay, I guess we're supposed to go out to the pond or through that gate. So today's their first time to do that. It's exciting, and it's kind of sad at the same time, because, you know, when I can't have eyes on them, I can't be sure that nothing's gonna get them. The geese are out there with them, so that's a plus, because the geese are good defenders, and they sound alarms if there's danger nearby. But my noisy life, if you missed the latest blog post, longer ago than I wish it had been, or that I wish it was, it is just very noisy here. And, you know, all things considered, they're good noises, they're fun noises, they're sounds of nature, and they're sounds of animals interacting and playing and enjoying their world, but it's still noise. And I'm being a penny pincher, so in spite of the fact that Richard has his window unit air conditioner running in his room, and has had it running for, gosh, probably 3 weeks already, I have not turned on an air conditioner. Our central air went kaput last summer, and we absolutely do not have the money to replace that. That's already a replacement. We got it replaced, of course, like 10 years ago. It had just, the warranty had just expired before it went out again last summer. And we don't have that. We do not have that money. So we've got window units in all of the bedrooms, and then one big heavy-duty window unit in the living room. But let me tell you, I had no idea how expensive it was to run window units. So I'm going to hold out as long as I can, and as long as it looks like the dogs are still comfortable. But it means I've got a lot of oscillating fans, which is great because they keep me comfortable. Of course, Richard whines and complains the minute he walks in the door every day, even when it's only like 80 degrees outside, which means it's not quite as warm in the house, and I'm totally comfortable. He complains. It's very much a downer for me, and it makes it even harder to appreciate the conditions. But so far so good. Obviously, when we hit, 90s every day, I don't know that I'm going to be able to tolerate it, and I don't want the animals to be uncomfortable. But for now, they're in and out of the house so much that the door can't stay closed long enough for it to stay cool with an air conditioner running anyway. So we'll cross some bridges down the road when we get to them. For now, it's working for me, so I'm gonna count it a blessing that the temperatures have been as mild as they have been. Just if we could just get rid of all this rain. That's a big old puddle. That's a big old puddle right there. I guess I'll have to be the one to go get some fill dirt to fill these puddles, because I keep saying we need to do it. I never go anywhere. I don't know when I would do it. But it needs to be done. We had to close our sniff spot because that paddock is just a disaster. We have had such problems with runoff and drainage and weather that it's just a mess over there. It's not something I would ever want another person to come and visit. So we can't even afford to do the replacement for the AC right now. We sure can't afford to do the regrading and landscaping stuff that would need to happen to mitigate some of this flooding, damage that happens every time it rains. I'm glad for the rain. Life is a series of trade-offs. Gotta take the bad with the good. I know that. That's one of the babies talking. And the animals do remind me to just enjoy the moment. Don't think too far ahead. Don't look back. And find joy where it exists, because it really is everywhere. Ooh, I'm glad it's sunny, but that means it's going to be humid. I know I sound like I'm complaining. Okay, that's today's vlog. This may be the new trend. Just finding 15, 20 minutes to come out and share with you what's happening and what's going on in my head. And at least keep you updated that way, because having 8 or 10 hours to sit at the computer editing a video is just, it's not feasible right now. And we don't have any breaks really in the boarding schedule now through the summer, which is great. What a great problem to have, right? It means we're doing a booming business. But I don't have relief. I don't have a backup person to manage things so that I can sit. The last couple of videos I've made, it was very stressful for me because even if it's on the weekends and Richard's here, he just doesn't, he doesn't even stay with the dogs. I mean, he's not even in the same part of the house. So here, I know I sound like I'm complaining again. Maybe I am complaining. Maybe I am venting. This is the venting vlog. Because it would make so much difference if I just had somebody to help, at least for longer periods of time or more consistently. You know, half an hour in the evenings is not what I need to be able to do all these other things that I used to do and that I'd like to be able to do. But I need to go check and see what the commotion is about. I don't have any shoes on, so I got to get some shoes to be able to do that. We'll do that, and then I'll wrap up today's video. What are they barking about, Sadie? What do you have? Oh, you got a leaf on your face. You got a leaf on your face, Mama. Let's go see. Y'all, it is so slippery. Maverick wants to get in that water puddle so bad right there. Hey, 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 come on, come on. Okay, there's clearly somebody just standing in front of our yard. Maybe they're looking at Cabo and Delilah. Let's go see. On the one hand, it's nice to have dogs to tell us that something's going on. But on the other, it's just more noise. Come on. Come on, Kane. Kane. Come on, Kane. So the lady with the stroller just stood there that whole time that the dogs were barking. She was just standing. I thought maybe Cabo and Delilah would be at the fence over there and maybe a family member was interacting with them, but nope. Okay. I'm gonna chance walking through this slippery stuff. Be safe, be happy, be well, be blessed. Look around, find some joy. Tune out the noise when you can, if you can. And I'll be back with another vlog type video at some point that maybe isn't in portrait mode. I didn't intend to do a whole thing. I was gonna just film a little short video of the ducklings out on the water, but there's too much else happening at one time. So I love you all. I'll see you in the next video, and thanks for stopping in. Bye, friends.